are reviewing for our test on proportional relationships. It's really a lot of percent stuff. So we know how to find percent. We write it in our calculator like we write what? What do I always say? What? Cents. Right, cents. Like dollars and cents. So if it says 35 cents, you write that by 0.35, right? If it's 35%, you write 0.35, just like cents. All right, so here we are. So for instance, this first one is 5%, right? How do we type that in our calculators? 0.05. Because it's 5 cents, just like 5%. So beware of that. It's not 0.5. No, that would be 50 cents. Okay? So be careful. Basically, you're moving over the decimal twice, and there's an invisible zero there. All right, so you can use the box method with proportions. You can always use proportions with the box method. Or sometimes there's shortcuts. Shortcuts are usually, they work on a lot of these problems. So so first I want to go through and highlight the keywords. So commission, it just means finding the percent. So that's the amount somebody gets paid, right? So you just find the percent. Okay. What's in number 2? What's the keyword? Yeah, percent of decrease. All right, so we need to find how much it decreased. Okay, so we might need to subtract first on this one, and then find what percent is that of the original. What percent is that of the original? Okay, so that one's going to have a couple steps to it. All right, what about number 3? What about number 3? We didn't do the answers yet. I'm just doing the keywords. So they underlined it for us. Simple interest. All right, interest is just finding the percent. But sometimes they ask you for how much that the person has in their account, right? And sometimes they're asking you for the just the interest. And so this one. What are they asking for? How much interest? They're only asking for the interest. Okay, what about 4? It's still interest. It's actually part of number 3, right? It's Caitlin. Okay. Number 5. Keyword. Tax. So tax. Now let's see. How much money does Daniel need to buy the suit? So that is that total or just the tax? It's total because he needs to pay for the suit and the tax. So you add it together. So how much money will the person need? Right? That is the total. Number 6. What's the keyword? Discount. Now are they asking only the discount or they're asking for the final thing? Final thing. They're asking for the final sale price. Okay? Not just the discount. Alright, solve each problem. Okay, Okay, what are the keywords? Tip, but also total bill. Total after the tip. After the tip. Okay, what about number 8? Markup. Now, are they asking for the total after the markup or just the markup?
Just the markup.
No, how much will you sell? So that's the total. How much will you sell is the total. Yes? Yeah. Yeah, total bill would be like how much it costs plus the tip.
But it says just the tip. We're only supposed to do the tip.
Oh, you're right. They're at. What is? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do the multi-steps like we had on one of our homework. Okay, we're gonna have to find out after we take 20% off. Yep. Okay. We'll go through it in a minute. Okay, complete the table showing. Yeah, so we've got interest earned. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Interest earned. Okay? All right. Now we're going back to number 1. Well, that's kind of like
Number 10
review.
is what? I was on.
Okay, here we go. All right. Mrs. Jones sells houses. Okay, she earns 5% commission. So we go to our calculator, and we need to make sure we do 0.05. Okay, so 500. I think I need to move this over a little bit. Okay, 500. Times. So it says 500,000. Good. Times 0.05. Okay, $25,000. So now for your work, you have to show it, right? It says show your work and calculations. So you cannot just put the answer. Why is it being stopped at? It's being weird. Stop. There we go. My computer was being weird. So you need to make sure you show your work and calculations. So let's write down what we put in the calculator. We put 500,000 times 0.05 equal to 25,000. And that's your answer because they're just asking how much money she earned. That's the commission. They're not going to pay her 500,000 plus 25,000. Oh, yeah, that would be a lot of money. No, you have to stay for this. It's very important. Okay, number 2. So, Mark bought a surfboard for $350. That's great. Do you guys have a question?
He doesn't deserve it.
Okay. His surfboard's value has decreased. Oh no, it's now worth $300. So we have to first find out how much did it decrease. How do we do that? Subtraction. Okay, so $50. It decreased by $50. Now we need to find the percent. Now, when you have to okay, required. Okay. So when you have two numbers and you want to find what percent one is out of the other, what do?
Divide.
No, you just divide. You just divide. That's it. Like, remember when we had that very first worksheet and it said turn these fractions into a percentage? You just divide it. So that's it. Watch. 50 was the change out of 350 was the original. So we do that on our calculator. You know what I mean. 50 divided by 350 is how much percent is that? Well, you ignore after the 14 cents. Well, actually, we would round up if the 2 was a 5 or higher. So 14 cents is 14%. So that equals 0.14, 14%. That's important, 0.14 and 14%. I just divided on the calculator, 50 divided by 350.
Hold on. Wait.
50 divided by 350. The percent that it decreased. Who got that right? Yay! Good job. Most people got that right. Okay. We're on YouTube. We're like totally famous.
I know I got it. You don't have to rub it in.
All right. Can I move down?
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. So interest means just to find the percentage. So we're going to find but it happened 5 times. It happened 5 times. So let's find 3% first of 675. So that's an interesting little monkey wrench they threw in there. A monkey wrench. All right. So what do we multiply? Who can tell me?
75 times.
Noah M. 675. Oops, that's a terrible 5. 675 times
0.03.
.03. Good. You didn't get fooled by the 0.3. Don't do 0.3. Okay. 675 times 0.3. Oops. 0.03. All right. So $20 and 25 cents. Whoa. I put nope. $20 and 25 cents. All right. Now you might think that you're done, but you're not. Why aren't you done? 5 years. So we're going to multiply that by 5. That's so easy. I'm not even going to use my calculator because I know $20 times 5 is $100. And if I have 5 quarters, that's $1.25. So it's 101. But let me write down my calculations. Right? I'm going to go times 5. And that makes 101.25. But you could do that in your calculator calculator if you wanted to. Calculator. Yes. All right. Which items below will Caitlin be able to buy? Now only the interest, right? So which ones can she buy? $7.89? No, siree. 43? Yes. No, siree.
Yes.
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 No.
Nope. Almost. Yes. If they ask for the total amount, he's thinking about it. That's very smart. If they ask for the total amount she has in her bank account, very often you have to add it after the interest. But if they say, what can she buy with just the interest? In other words, she got that interest, but she doesn't want to spend everything she has. She only wants to spend the interest. See what I mean? Yeah. Oh. But since it's simple interest, we're just going to do this. Yeah. That's a good point, too. All right, number 5. Okay, sales tax rate in Connecticut is 5%. Good for them. Daniel wants to buy a suit. Okay. How much will Daniel need? So that's going to be the total. All right. Who wants to try this one? Zoe. .05. Right. So 70. Actually, the order doesn't matter. You could do 0.05 times 70 or 70 times 2.5. 0.05. It doesn't matter. All right. So let's find out what that is. Did anybody do it on their calculator already?
I didn't need to do it on my calculator.
$3.50. Okay. Okay, but don't just write 350. What's our answers, Miss Zoe?
70 and 30.
What's our answer? Very good. Yep. Excellent job. Did somebody else do another one? No, people just called out. Let's give her a hand. She's like totally famous. Did you see how we got the 350? We just added that to the original price, 70. Now they have to pay $73.50. Okay.
Yay! They only get paid.
All right, a sweater is on sale. Good for it. For 35% off. What is the sale price? Okay, so they're asking for the final, so we're going to have to do what once we get it? What? Subtract. Okay, so first we're going to find 35%. Who wants to do this one? Katara, go ahead. Right, so 35% becomes 0.35. I'm just repeating it so it goes in the microphone. Okay, next one. And then what? No, you got to find the 35%. That's not going to be subtraction. It's... No, whenever you're finding the percentage, it's always multiplication. So $25 times 0.35. Okay. And did anybody do it yet?
Yes.
What is it?
Addition. 16.25.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
$8.75.
$8.75. Okay, so it's 8.75.
Right now, because I know.
All right. So we got this sale off the original, but we need to take that off of the original. So what do we do now, Ms. Katara? Subtract. Right. So we get 25 minus the 875, which I don't want to do.
16.25.
What is it?
16.25.
$16.25. So that's our final answer. So I should highlight that one. 16.25. Any questions? No? Okay. Hello, YouTube. Okay. So much better. All right. So total bill. Like, what was I just saying about the word total? Who wants to say? Anybody? Anyone was listening? What did I say about the word total? It's a little scary. Well, total usually means all of everything, but what happened in this problem?
It says just
Right, so they're not going to ask you for everything at the end of the problem. So it's a little bit misleading. Usually when you see total, you need to add the tip in, but nope. Okay. But our total to begin with is 75. We need to find 20% of that. How do we do that? I know an easier way. You guys remember 20% from folding? How many pieces is 20%? Yes, 5 pieces. So we only need 1/5. So we divide it by 5. So we don't have to do 0.20. Watch. $75, divided by 5. 1 minus 5. Yeah, $15. All right. So $15. All right. So $15 is the tip. So that's our answer. Okay. So your answer was correct. If you had $15. Who had $15? Woo! All right. Who multiplied to get it? All right. What did you multiply by? Times 0.20. Exactly. Very good. Not 0.02, because that would be 2%. 0.20. Okay, ready? Excellent job, Valeria. All right. I know, right? Number 8. All right, now number 8 is 75%, so we might have a shortcut for that. What's 75%? Yeah, but as a fraction, right? It's what? It's 3/4. It's 3/4. Yeah, but it's 3/4. So we might be able to use a fraction for this too, like our bill folding. All right, let's see. You want to sell lollipops to make money. Good for you. In order to make a profit, you decide to mark up the lollipops blank. If you purchase for 25, we need to find 3/4 of that. Unfortunately, that fraction's not going to go very well. I mean, we can do it, but 3/4 times 25. Do you want to do it that way, or should we just do the calculator? Let's do both. 3/4 times 25 cents. See, they don't reduce at all. What's 25 times 3?
75.
75 divided by 4. Uh-oh. What is it?
20. Oh wait.
Thank you. 1875. So it's 18 cents. Yeah, that might sporting stuff might have happened that year. Okay. Actually, it's not $18, it's 18 cents. We're taking 75% of 25 cents. So it actually would round up to 19 cents. So how much would she sell each one? We have to add the 19 cents to the 25 cents. And we would get, 44, right? Let me shrink everything because there is no room here. I shrink it. That's what it sounds like when you shrink stuff. Okay. 25 plus 19. 46 cents. Oh yeah, I did it wrong. Just kidding. Wanted to make sure everybody was paying attention. Except that, yeah, I made a mistake. 44 cents. So she makes a little money. She didn't really make that much money. I would have sold them for $1 like Zoe said, right? Like Zoe said.
Zoe smart.
Where did the number 9 go?
What do you mean, where did number 9 go?
Where did number 9 go?
Oh, we must have changed this from from a test from before, so we missed number 9. So this is actually number 9, huh? Number 9. Okay, but let's use the calculator for this one and see what we get. So 25 cents, 0.25. I have to open up my calculator again. Hi, Mr. Calculator. Yeah, 0.25. Let me shrink this a little bit. Okay, 25 cents times 0.75 equals, see?
18.75.
Yeah, 18. Well, it's 18 cents rounded up to 19 cents. Because instead of multiplying it times regular 25 cents, I multiplied it times 0.25. So it came out the same. Any questions? Finding interest is just finding the percent. That's all it is. So let's see. If we have $500 in the bank, thank you, and we get 2% of that, but we have 4 years. So let's find 2% for 1 year. How do we do that? 500 bucks. 0.02. All right, 10 bucks. So let's write that down. So that is 10 bucks for 1 year. But for 4 years, it's going to be 40 bucks. I think I need to shrink this again. Should I? Okay. $1,000, 3.5%. So that one I could do in my head, but we'll do it on the calculator just for fun. Okay, times what? Times 0.03 for 3%, but it's a half. 0.035. So that's 35 bucks. Okay, so for 1 year, it's 35 bucks, and it's 2 years, so how much? 70 bucks. I don't want to shrink it right now. No. Right on set, yeah. We just learned what a shrinky dink is. All right. It's what we played with before you had fancy phones. All right. Okay. So 250 bucks. Now the time and the interest. So we kind of have to. We have to go backwards. So 75 bucks for 5 years. How do we find out 1 year?
75 divided by 5.
Yeah, you divide. So 75 divided by 5, I already know that answer. It's 15.
6%.
And then, yeah, we did. And then 15 bucks, we need to find out what the percentage is. From 15 bucks to 50, how do we do that?
6%.
But how do we do that?
We have 250. Wait, 15 divided by 250.
Yeah, we did very good, sir. Say it louder, please.
15 divided by 250.
15 divided by, so any two numbers, you can find the percent between them by dividing. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, my 5 is terrible. I need to shrink it. Okay. All right, so 15 divided by 250, 6%. 0.06 is 6%. So now we've got the answer, 6%. That's not such a good percent. Let me see if I can, oh, there we go. Okay, so now we have to find 4% of 450. How do we do that? We do 450 times 0.04. 18 bucks. Okay. 18 bucks. Uh-oh. Now, uh-oh, Stinky. Okay. All right, so we have 18 bucks. We have 18 bucks. What do we do? Okay, but we're on YouTube now. 18 bucks. Yeah. So they won't be able to smell anything on there. Yeah, through the YouTube. All right. How many times was the 18 bucks to how many years to get to 54 bucks? It's 3 because we divide or we see how many times we multiply it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Last stuff is just kind of some review. So 4/9, how do we turn that into a decimal? We divide it. We divide it. 4 divided by 9 is 4 repeated. So 0.4 repeated. Percent is 44%. Decimal, what percent is that? Remember, we have to move that decimal over twice, not just once. 70%. What's the fraction? 7/10. All right, what about 12%? How do we type that in a calculator? 0.12. And then we need to reduce that 12 hundredths. So we can divide that by at least 4. 6? No, because 6 doesn't go into 100. So let's divide them both by 4. Okay, we have 3/25. I think that's the answer. Done.
Done.